Hey guys, the Sectional Violence here. I just gotta get through this event we just went through. Fun card, free play caches. Honestly, I'm frustrated. I should have had 4 units on him at least. It is what it is. I'll learn from it, but I gotta start just, riding it out, trusting my gut. I still had about 3 units down, but could have been a lot more. It is what it is. But we'll get to that in a second. Starting off, we got Mick Parkin versus Muhammad Usman. Honestly, this is what I thought was going to happen. Usman's trash. The only thing I didn't think was going to happen was no takedown attempts from Usman at all. Parkin isn't good, but he's decent enough to beat the bums like Usman. And unfortunately, I didn't trust that, and I just thought, man, the Cannonier fight with Strickland's going to happen all over again, and Usman's big winging shots are going to get seen as a big scoring factor. But it was the calf kicks, man. Mick Parkin just was chewing them up with the calf kicks, and yeah, man, I had a live play here. I backed out like a. There's gonna be a theme you're gonna start noticing. I've been not playing like I used to play. I've been a lot more reserved. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Unless I'm drunk, then I'm throwing out mad units. God, we won't get to that though. That was bad. That was Bellator. Man, it was just a rough night with Bellator. Oh my goodness. But we made it all back and then some with the week we had. So it is what it is. But yeah, Mick Parkin got the win. Honestly, if I could give him a matchup next, I would probably look towards Arlovsky, because, he's not going to pose a big danger factor, and he's going to make you work on your technique, because if you're going technique with Arlovsky, he could edge out a decision. So, let's see who they give him next, but I'm sure there's a lot to be, a lot of room to grow for Mick Parkin. He's still young in his career, so 9-0. We'll see what happens with him. Moving on, Andre Lima versus Igor Severino. What do I even say, man? The man bit him. Not like, oh, I just, got caught in my mouth, so I bit. No, he full out, tried to bite him. He lost his UFC opportunity. He's cut now from the UFC. He lost his undefeated record. He lost his pride. Now everyone's going to know him as a guy who bites people. Terrible look for your first fight. Andre Lima, it wasn't looking like a world beater, but he was winning slightly, in my opinion. But it was close. If you said Igor was up, I wouldn't be shocked. It was a close fight. Igor got hurt early with a big, I think, elbow, but man, Andre Lima just, wasn't going his way. For some of it, he was landing some good shots, but I was saying Igor was taking over before he decided to bite him. So maybe he was panicking and just decided to, take a easy way. I don't know what was going through his head, but really, really weird stuff. Andre Lima got the win in his debut. He got it tattooed on him. The bonus, crazy, man. Let's get Hyun Sung Park next. 2 prospects, 2 different parts of the world. Let's see what happens. Moving on, Daria Zaleznikova versus Montserrat Rendon. It was always Daria, man. I don't know why the odds makers were giving Rendon a chance in live. She was getting clearly pieced up on the feet. Dominant decision from Daria. I don't see how it could have been any other way. I missed a big live opportunity. When the odds are wrong, I gotta just jump. Very rarely are the odds wrong, so there's a lot of chances this week, this night, but I didn't take them, so it is what it is. But yeah, Daria, she got the win. Didn't look that great doing it, but she's still pieced up and Rendon, so it is what it is. Great win. We'll see what she can do next. Let's give her Aileen Perez next. Would love that. Moving on. Jarno Aarons versus Stephen Nguyen. Stephen Nguyen's just not someone you could play at chalk, man. He's like a pick'ems or dog or bust. And even then, I don't even want to pick him because he's just so mid. Like he's just not good, man. And I'm embarrassed that I even told people to play that guy. Like he deserves nothing. Like I am so shocked. I am so shocked that Steve Nguyen even made it to the decision. Aarons was chewing that calf up. He was just picking him apart, and frankly, he just made him look like an amateur. Steven Nguyen had a few moments, but for the most part, it was just Jarno piecing him up. Great job. My buddy Swivy cashed Jarno. Good job for Swivy, but man, honestly, this is Steven Nguyen. This is just a showcase of how bad Dynamite Contender Series is. They have obviously some prospects, but it's still overrated. People make too much out of these prospects from the Contender Series, and it's just another one bites the dust. Rough finish for Nguyen. It is what it is, though. Let's give Jarno Aarons Steve Garcia next. That'll be a banger. Moving on, we had Miles Johns versus Cody Gibson. I am so sorry, guys. Cody Gibson is terrible. I didn't realize how bad he was. He has literally, I thought he had a dog in him with that Katona fight, but I guess he just didn't like Katona, so that's why he fought like that. He needs to not like his opponent or something. Cody just fought like he was 40-something years old. He didn't look good at all. It was just a rough fight for Cody. Did not put a pace on him like I thought he would, and Miles Johns got the win. I leaned Johns, but I wasn't confident. Hence the the dog shot in Cody Gibson. I didn't take him by dog, like an underdog. I took some props. Unfortunately, he just didn't even come close. It was just absolute disgraceful performance by Cody. I was really shocked that he didn't even show up at all. All the high level experience, and it was for what? So it is what it is. He's a fade now. It is what it is. Moving on. Let's give Miles an opponent though. Let's give Johns. I think John should fight Talbot straight up, honestly, or someone like that. He's fighting all these guys who shouldn't be in the UFC, and it is what it is. We'll see how good he truly is when he's fighting someone really good. But yeah, moving on. Juicy J, Julian Arosa gets the submission win over Ricardo Ramos. Ramos is just soy, man. He doesn't like being in submissions. Or who does? But there's people who can be calm under fire and people who panic, and Ramos is that guy who panics. He was in a guillotine. In high-level MMA, you shouldn't be getting caught in guillotines unless it's a jiu-jitsu specialist who has a really good, front headlock game with solid guillotines and high elbow. You know what I mean? There's different types of guillotines. This one was one of the ones you can get out of. He just didn't do any of the right things. Tried to drag out of it, making it more tight, more of a neck crank. He just really, really, really bad performance from Ricardo Ramos. Great win for Juicy J. Called the sub. I cashed the sub. Wish I had more, stake on it. Like I said, the theme of the night is just me not having a set of balls, So maybe I'll grow some by next week and we'll cash some tickets, bigger tickets. But for now, I'll just take the 3-unit plus day. It is what it is. All I'm happy about is that I didn't, that I'm not hurting from that big loss this week. That was rough. I had AJ in a few things. I drunk live bet him. It was just rough. I don't know. It is what it is. I feel bad about telling everyone to play that, but bias gets in the way, so I apologize, guys. But it is what it is. Moving on, though, let's give Juicy J an opponent, and we'll keep it going. Juicy J, I'd like to give him Gavin Tucker next. Just two vets going at it. I feel like that'd be a cool next step for Rosa. But yeah, moving on. Trey Ogden versus Kurt Hollabaugh. Same with Gibson, man. What is up with these guys? Did they just turn 45 overnight? They didn't look like themselves at all. It was just terrible. I thought Kurt Hollabaugh would be, putting the hands on Ogden, maybe getting some tight submission threats. He looked absolutely pedestrian out there. Trey Ogden just manhandled him, did what he wanted on the ground. Obviously, Kurt's a black belt, so he's not going to find the submissions as easy. But Ogden was just, grinding on him, beating him up. Like, it was just an easy win for Ogden. Straight up, dominant performance. Bilal Muhammad-esque. Not going to be get you any bonuses, but it's going to get you the win every time. So, great win for Trey Ogden. Super smart fighter. Met him in Toronto. He's a super cool guy. Let's give him Fares ZM next, someone who can't grapple. I feel like that would be a cool next step. A little jump in the rankings. Moving on, we have Fernando Padilla versus Luis Pajuelo. Luis Pajuelo, welcome to the fade list, because honestly, you are about as mid as it gets. Probably one of the worst performances of the night. Luis Pajuelo comes up with his hands down, coming to swing bombs with his chin up high. And with someone as dangerous as Padilla, you can't be doing that. Padilla got the win. He got the submission Darce choke in the first round. It was a really nice tube the way he did it. He used a cage as his floor. I'm going to start implementing that in my game. There's a few things from this card I really want to start implementing into my own game. Man, Fernando Padilla is good, man. I don't know how he lost his last fight. Honestly, I thought he won. But, Monster's a veteran, so I can understand how, shit like that happens. Sometimes you get out tacticked by a vet. It is what it is. Padilla still has a lot of promise. Definitely going to take him more seriously moving forward. Great win for Fernando Padilla. And, Luis Pajuelo, welcome to the fade list. Padilla, let's give him Charles Jourdain next. A little jump up in the rankings. I feel like that would be a good next step for him. Moving on, we have Youssef Zalal versus Billy Quarantillo. I had Billy Quarantillo and I'm embarrassed, honestly. I have bias because he follows the page and I like Billy. He's a good guy, but, he's like, how old's Billy? He's looking like he's 32, 35. Yeah, 35 years old. He's near the end of his prime. Yeah, it's unfortunate. He's going to do some soul searching, he said, and decide what he wants to do. But Youssef Zalal is just the next level above Billy Quarantillo. Like, I didn't see that. I knew there was a possibility, but I didn't think it was actually going to happen. Great win for Youssef Zalal. Beautiful performance. Mixed up the takedowns and the striking very well. Very, very good performance from Zalal. Very impressive. Definitely should shoot up in the rankings after that. That was awesome. Should fight someone like a Nathaniel Wood or an Andre Philly next. I feel like that would be a good jump up. And great fight back. Really missed Zalal in the UFC. He's a really high-level fighter. Took Ilya Topuria to a decision. So good job for Youssef Zalal. Moving on to our free play of the card. We had Peyton Talbot as our max play of the card. Man, I wish I just stuck with it out with the 4 units. It was just so much risk. I didn't want to, I overextended once this week. I didn't want to do it again. PTSD, it's on me. Next time I'll sack up and just do it. But yeah, Peyton Talbot is him, man. Absolutely broke Simon down. Just beat him up. Started out hot. Didn't think that would happen. Guy's just an absolute demon. I love Peyton Talbot, man. I can't get enough of him. The guy's just an absolute savage. Hopefully I meet him in the UFC Vegas trip. He'd be a really good, prospect to meet. I like to think of these meet and greets as investments, because one day, something could happen to them, or, they could go to the next level of the sport, and you could say that you knew them when they were just a small regional guy, so... Great win for Peyton Talbot. Guy's definitely one of my favorite fighters now, for sure. Guy's just an absolute demon. Wow. Crazy performance. Like I said before, I would hope he'd fight someone like a Miles Johns next, or maybe a Castaneda, but we'll see what the UFC does with him. He's just a prospect at the end of the day, so I could see the UFC building him. He's already got some good wins on his record, so Peyton Talbot, definitely keep your eyes on him. That is the freaking truth right there. Moving on. We had AJ Dobson taking on Edmund Shahbazyan. Honestly, I'm not even ashamed of my pick, because Dobson almost had him out of there, man. It's just Dobson's too much of an ape. I didn't realize how much until today. He couldn't get Shahbazyan out of there. Shahbazyan was too experienced. Been through too many hard fights. Like, I should have saw that, but I didn't know until I know. And Edmund, finally showed that dog in him. And yeah, man, great win for Edmund. He needed that win. That was an awesome win for him. I also met him in Toronto. Super cool guy. Really happy for his success. But yeah, really disappointed for AJ. He was looking good until he wasn't. Yeah, let's get Edmund's Petrosian next. Armin Petrosian, a nice little striker's delight. We'll see how that one plays out. But man, what a card. Moving on, we had Carl Williams taking on Justin Badman Tafa. Justin Tafa is just a product of his brother. They both suck. 7-4. His brother's trash too. The bloodline, I'm just fading from now on. Unless they're fighting someone who's chinny, I'm just gonna fade them. Like they're just so bad. Carl Williams was on death's door at least 4 times, and he just he couldn't stop a takedown to save his life. Absolutely embarrassing to watch. Justin Tafa, never am I going to be betting on you again unless it's again to a chinny guy, but we'll see. Let's give someone who got exposed to Carl Williams. Let's see what he can do with this. Let's go with Garcia versus Carl Williams. I'm interested to see how that one plays out. If Carl doesn't get finished in the first 2 rounds, he's very live. So definitely a fun fight potentially to have. It just proves how bad heavyweight is. Carl Williams is now 10-1. It just proves it. But yeah, man. Moving on, we have Thug Rose Namajunas versus Amanda Ribas. Oh, God. What a trash main event, man. That's all I gotta say. Like, just nothing going on. Very little There's so many no excitement moments. No Rose literally not much. She just somewhat outpointed her and took her down and controlled her. Now she's 50-50. Or not 50-50, but you know what I mean. She's 60-40. I was really, really hoping Rose would win. She got the win, but wasn't how I thought she'd get it done. I thought she'd find the kill shot, maybe even get a submission, stop the takedowns from Ribas. But no, she's starting to look a little washed. I don't know if it's just, new weight class, but Thug Rose got it done. We'll give her Macy Barber next because I can't really think of anyone else that makes sense for her, to be honest. So, anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. The recap. Like, subscribe. You guys run up my posts to 50 likes, 40 likes. I'm gonna give the free play early, right in the morning. So just let me know, guys, if you guys like the stuff. Comment below. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll catch you next time. I'm out.